Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to your world of magic and miracles here in Santa Barbara, where the weather is just about perfect. And even though it's Sunday, the wind is not blowing. I hope I'm right, but it's very, very gentle. Just a few leaves on the tree are waving hello. Now, Genya took us soaring on the back of an eagle on Wednesday, giving us an incredible, limitless sense of freedom. And at dinner on Wednesday, that evening, Robert spoke of his awareness that the phrase, I can, is missing to a great extent in the world. I immediately saw this as the I can spirit that all coaches use in sports, enabling therapy and all endeavors. To this must be added one's inner feeling of, yes, I could do that. What has happened to that feeling? Well, 2 days later, on Friday's broadcast, David spoke of this same dinner and Robert's words. We were both inspired, and David took us to an amazing place of his own experience through his writings. And it will be my honor to voice some of his words a bit later. Now, to answer this posed question is to recognize yourself as unlimited in a limitless universe and still be able to do anything, even the impossible. Without asking how, just beginning the action without thought provides a momentum and invites divine assistance. Magic is waiting to happen. You are open to magic just as you were as a child when everything was magical and your imagination had no bounds. My home was always filled with classical music, which provided me with the background for all the stories I was imagining. And now these wondrous stories are coming back as a reality without effort, having to understand, plan, or question. The flow of life is always carrying us forward. All these just mentioned is exactly what fresh, new little ones are met with when they enter school for the first time. My kindergarten teacher's name was Miss Judge, and she looked like one. And I see her now. That was scores of years ago when I met rules, regulations, and lining up in size order, followed by a lifetime of assorted experiences in what I later learned was the play world. A backward glance shows an amazing circuitous route that took me to Australia, where I was divinely led to Robert Young. My welcome into our life together was his saying, no rules, no past, and no thought between us. Wow. That was the first day I had just arrived at Sydney Airport. Right. I loved hearing that at the time, and that was 10 years ago. And living it ever since is a constant reminder to allow yourself and myself a freeing action where the flow of life itself carries you, but only when you let go of the past. No need to go back and analyze when the future is beckoning. Our dinner times are priceless. There is much toasting of the one who broadcast that day and sharing of experiences that have brought joy. There are those times when we find ourselves in quiet expectation, and Robert will say one or two things that will transcend everything we have ever heard before. I remember the day I heard him say, wow, beyond all that is known in the world, there is a network that contains the complete operating system in which the world resides, and beyond what is known in everyone's reality. There are multiple operating systems that stretch beyond the world to support the development of humanity as an entity. These systems are not limited to the world that we can see and understand, and they are not available for us to tamper with. But, like the bus or the train, they're available to transport us to different places and give us different experiences, either as a group or as an individual. Now, the breadth of that statement remains with me and adds dimension to everything else and prepared me for the fun he promised. Then he said, we are not even limited to what prevails in our mind, and particularly not what is available in our imagination. This is real and not a part of fantasy, as is depicted in the movie theaters. Every place in the world is a copy of a place that exists outside the physical world. Wow. Can you imagine? We were sitting there in rapt attention, and you all remember Robert talking about daydreaming when you sat in school gazing out the window and literally taking yourself to your favorite beach, calling it daydreaming. Yeah. Now, every person, when prompted, can go to a special beach with perfectly white sand, palm trees, and warm sun. There is a perfect forest, perfect stream, ocean, house, and many more places for us to sample and visit at a moment's notice. We can be anywhere and everywhere if we dare to allow ourselves to venture past where we are told that we must be. I bet a lot of you did that with me. And then he said, the world is a playground where we can take any of the toys from the shelves of the universe and play to our heart's content. We can travel and see what we would like to build. We can take on a character and be that character in a blink of an eye. And we can experiment to our heart's content once we connect ourselves to what is beyond the limitations of the world that has been proven to be real by the so-called authorities. Robert's words can be directed to anything you wish, and it will apply every time. This is the mystery that will no longer be a mystery. This is how everything should be. And this is the time for the mystery to disappear. We are all magical, with magical capabilities that are not restricted to the ideas of the world. You saw that on the invitation. Our magic has nothing to do with logic of reason and was not given ownership by the world or anything in it. Any concept, even the concept of God, will prevent you from going outside the limited field of its development and cut off access to the magical toys that are available to give us joy and occupy our time in the beautiful and magic playground of Earth. Yeah. And then Robert assured us the purpose of magic in any person's life is beyond what may be called a tool or a convenience. It is what actively entertains the spirit and causes each person's happy switch to turn on automatically. It is the friend that always provides support in the form of humor. The fact that magic is real now fills the minds of many, but the actual inclusion of magic in your life seems to be something that is beyond the control of many. What we are about to reveal will allow the use and the complete control of magic in any person's life and will bring back the childhood mischief that caused no harm to anyone. Magic is bestowed on every person at the time of birth, and all magic is pure and beyond the reach of negativity. It is separate from each person's character and has nothing to do with good or bad. Magic is a person's greatest friend and cannot be dislodged by anyone. Every person's magic is different, but the result of everyone's magic is cumulative in such a way that it becomes powerful when it finds harmony. People who work with magic will continue to find harmony, and the complexities of life will automatically become simple. If we return to the nature of magic and the fact that it is alive, you will see that there is a unique connection that allows you to bring magic into everything. This is all that you need to know. And as it brings a smile to your face, you'll know that it's active. Magic is something that no one objects to. And no matter what may be said, they're always looking for genuine magic in their lives. Everything that is encapsulated in magic is enhanced 1,000-fold. And there is nothing that is ever excluded from its field. Magic can be trained to become so close to you that it becomes your nature. And as a result, your nature will be enhanced 1,000-fold. Because of the uniqueness of each person's magic, there are times when others who are not in harmony will consider the magic to be something undesirable in their world. This, however, will not continue if you refuse to ever put your magic aside under any circumstances. Your magic is true and totally positive, no matter what the world or its inhabitants may decide. When you work with magic, the rules of nature and the rules of society are consistently broken to produce an outcome that is perfect for your life. It is not up to you to break the rules and then apply magic to solve your situation. No. Live with magic and everything will change before it enters your field. If you forget everything else, remember that. Live with magic and everything will change before it enters your field. Remember, magic is alive and it demands your attention like a little child. And it will keep doing that because it wants to be involved and will cause an explosion if it is not involved in everything. If you need your magic to be calm, you have to take the time to calm it down. And if you need to wake it up, you need to involve it in a new and exciting task that depends on it totally. Most people understand how important it is to have a partner or a friend to support them in any new venture. Magic can happen when two people are in harmony, but in fact, it is the magic that draws two people together to make it easier for it to be active in the world. With magic as human nature, you can move forward and open a new world, even in the middle of a world that seems dysfunctional. Magic needs you to progress with projects that seem impossible or useless under the constraints of your present circumstances. The magic of a newborn child can carry everyone through the impossible and bring about change that could never have been imagined. The reborn magic of an adult can bring about change that will generate a future that has only been imagined by a few. Throughout each day, your magic will lead you to where you never expected, and its inquisitive nature will keep you entertained through every moment. Your magic is not anything else. It is separate from everything and cannot be defined as anything else. It is in addition to who you are, just like your cat or your dog. Some characteristics are common, but it is not part of you. Together, your life is enhanced and your happy switch is always turned on. Magic has no bounds and can reach into any part or dimension in the universe to change its flow or pull back the veil to whatever it needs in any moment. It is the genie that belongs to you who constantly says, "Your wish is my command." Your life has now been enhanced 1,000-fold. Go forth and discover the impossible. so that your greatest friend, magic, can play and enjoy every moment at your side. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. I've often heard Robert say, it is possible to take on the full character of anything you like. If you imagine putting on the coat of a healthy young person, you can feel things start to change almost immediately. But if you leave out the imagination and actually take the full step, you will be a healthy young person. Your life and your body will start to change immediately. The secret is in the magic coat that you wear. It has nothing to do with your attitude or your mindset. The coat holds the complete world of a healthy young person. And depending upon what coat you select, when you travel to the place where all the characters are stored, your world and your experience will change to suit. I said, all this is done when you're a child, and then it's forgotten in amongst the activity of society that is designed to hold you in the coat that was selected for you at the time. Ah, she'll be a dancer. No, pianist. Or maybe a physicist. Robert agreed with me and said, every person has a matrix of facilities that are beyond the limited world. And this is the place to express all those facilities in whatever way comes to you. Nothing needs to be proven if you neglect the game that has been set up by others. You can visit all the special places that exist outside the play world and return with the magic that you need to express your life in its new form without having to adhere to the rules of someone else's game. Yeah, the window has been opened, and the detail is available through the massive network that allows everyone to be connected without imposing on one another's worlds. All that is needed from here is the development of a picture that can be used to show the way out of the camouflage and into the open, where there is an easy access to the universal possibilities that can be delivered from beyond the concepts of the physical world. Those concepts of the physical world were what Robert calls the play world, where we experiment, we make mistakes, and much of the time, a mess. That is why I invite you to join me up here on the elevated platform of living, where we can view this play world. Now this is done. There is a new field to access and a new way to enjoy the unlimited world of the beyond. This is the key to the future, and the outcome will be more familiar than you can imagine. The world beyond worlds is your home, and it is about to become the home of many more. Every time you access your home, you will bring back another possibility that is available to the world. Once you demonstrate that possibility to the world, it is then a part of the world's reality and no longer a possibility. The scope of everyone's life will increase immensely, and commitment to the play world will take on a new face. The things that are meant to be individual will be individual, and the things that are meant to be addressed by the majority will happen without any conscious effort from the individual. Robert never leads us without a next assignment. And he said, the next step is to allow yourself to demonstrate the total commitment needed to take on what is available from beyond and demonstrate it in the physical world. Just as we go through birth, we can go through the transition to another character and watch our body take on that new form. This can be subtle or major, as you see fit, but it cannot bring along any of the characteristics of your previous self. That might sound like a tall order, and here are David's words to encourage you, called, I can. I can do anything. Just wait and see. I can do anything. Take a good look at me. I can has so much power. I can't took that away. A systematic reversal. We did not come in this way. We came in from our origin with stardust in our wake. We brought I can in with us, the greatest gift to the human race. I can heal myself. I can ride a bike. I can climb this mountain. I can just take flight. I can see the truth. I am beyond all doubt. I can know the all that is so. I will scream and shout. I can. I can. I can. I can. These two words we must retrieve. They are what make the miracles from the unknown that we receive. The power behind these words is not from this world that we know. It comes from the right hand of the Creator, hidden in the mystery within the flow. We lost the I can somewhere along the way. Competition and comparison were used to take its power away. There's a power you can feel when these two words are spoken from you to yourself or those around you. It matters not, for when you do, you become the master. This, I tell you, is true. You become the master of all that is you. Now go and play with this like you did when you first came. Say I can, and humanity won't be the same. Yes, I can do anything. Just you wait and see. I can do anything. Take a good look at me. Thank you, David. That is delightful. So all we have to say is, I can. I love that. In most cases, the body and character that you selected originally is the correct one, but it has been modified along the way and struggles to maintain its original character. A new selection will then bring a character that is so close to the original that it will seem like a transformation rather than a complete transition. Are you feeling the magic yet? On a smaller note, you can select the coat of a runner and immediately find yourself in the character of that runner. Once you take off that coat, you revert to your original self, but with the great experience of being a runner. This is the area that is most useful to those who are living a life that suits their overall selection. The extreme selections from beyond enhance life and bring new experiences to the play world that have been selected. There are no inconsequential conversations here at the Advancement Center. The precise reason why it is my absolute fulfillment and joy to share what I have learned with you. For now, we can say that this is the way of the future and the way of the world. There is nothing that can touch this golden magic, and there is no ownership in the physical world. It is available to everyone, and no permission is needed to gain access to Robert Young's message to us all. And he adds, it is not even part of your heritage. It is part of you and part of the human entity. In order to play in the play world, you must be able to see that world from the elevated platform of the world of your creator. In this way, you can play and know that you are safe to leave your perceived world and try another. You can always return to the world of your creator and view your world from another perspective. You do not have to hold on to the old, and you do not have to be concerned about losing everything. All circumstances are attached to the character or world that you select, and there does not have to be physical continuity from one to the other. I just wrote this. My spirit is always chasing the magic. And at 3:58 this morning, I was led to discover Tim's email that delivered the magic. It's quite long, and I will be happy to forward this to you if you request it. Here is just a sample. The ascension process is in full swing, and we are on the brink of a mass awakening on a global scale. Until now, North America and South America were the biggest hubs being focused upon in terms of awakening. Very soon, the entire world will feel the effects on a massive scale, and incredible and powerful changes will begin to occur all around the planet. Those of us who have been on the ascension path are going to get very busy in the very near future. Our assistance and our services will be in high need and high demand, as the masses will need guidance and support in multiple ways. Now, the dark ones are being forced to leave. The old economy is on the verge of a massive collapse. Several extraterrestrial light forces who are members of the Galactic Federation are building up the magnetic field around Earth, which will culminate in a grand flash of energy. Earth has reached a critical point, and the stage is set for humanity to make a quantum leap in our consciousness. Yes, it is imperative for the sacred divine unions to come together at this point to assist with the ascension process. This can only take place when both parties have mastered their ego lessons and anchored self-love within themselves to bring back wholeness to their beings. We can expect a lot of new divine soulmate and twin flame unions taking place over 2020 and the coming years to support the larger mass awakening that is about to happen. And this is what I loved. The United States will be the first to emerge out of darkness and be known as an ascended nation hosting the new energy of the United States of Atlantis. This was planned intentionally by the forces of light, as the United States used to be the headquarters of the Cabal, so it only made sense to start the dismantling process here. That was at 4 a.m. Now, let us finish by saying that there is always more. And every time we present ourselves to the world through these broadcasts from the Advancement Center, we are demonstrating the unlimited world that supports our existence. As long as Robert guides us, we can settle in for another ride that will take us all beyond the beyond, to where we continue to be able to demonstrate more of what is available for use in everyone's life. Thank you for allowing me to share this precious message with you. Robert, David, and Genya, join me in wishing you a perfect life, perfect health, and a truly magical future. Thank you.